We are continuing KOtober with something that, quite honestly, brings up a lot of concerns. Yes, as you can probably already tell, this is definitely lifted from the rescue bots, because that is definitely a version of the Optimus Prime transformation, at least it would be. It's at least the body type, with more of a Blaze style fire convoy type aesthetic, but with a generic head. And yes, you should be concerned for this little phrase, because rather than transforming it normally, you have to take it apart. Already I have concerns and worries. Before we get into anything else, we once again have Cryptosphere to thank for this mess. So now, who else can we point the fingers at? The Toy Association and Brooklyn Lollipop in Shantou, China. Okay, unfortunately I stalled long enough. Unless you really want to go into this safety tested nonsense, which I'm not going to, because, well, we'll see for ourselves whether or not this is ever anything safe for a child. Huh. So that's how it works. Okay. I am never going to make a complaint about parts forming again, because this whole thing is bloody parts forming. Okay, out of the package, yeah, it just had one little tie on it. And, yeah. Oh, dear. That's so it's even its own body type is limiting its own movement. So its articulation is hampered by itself. Wonderful. We do get some instructions here, which will hopefully actually come in handy. And a list of parts. So it looks like it does actually come with something resembling a screw. Or a screwdriver that you assemble yourself. Good Lord. Okay, time to get this show on the road here. Let's open up this package. Yeah, I did do that carefully. Don't like things just bursting out all over the place. Last thing we need is parts missing on something that's already a bit disastrous. Okay, so if I read the instructions correctly, this that, and then if I go like this, we have a screwdriver. So that eliminates one concern. Many more to go. Alright, going over the instructions here, there's apparently a couple of variations. Because after you get the base vehicle assembled, you have two options, depending on the parts you have. So we have this part right here, which is 46 bits. It includes all of this for one version of a fire truck. You also have this for a bucket truck, and this for a... well, I'm not too sure what it is. Somebody can tell me in the comments what this assembly actually is. That'd be very helpful. But we essentially have a fire truck that raises up rather than actually puts out fires. Wondrous. But at least I know what I have, and I'm not missing parts. So yay. Okay, so before we get into the main assembly, let's get this part out of the way here, because a little bit of extra assembly required. Basically, you have to take these parts here and kind of wrestle them in a bit. Just kind of get in like that, and these clip into those. Then comes the interesting part, having to peg in that into there somehow. Okay, so maybe if one goes like this, maybe, possibly, hopefully. Love to know how they expect a child to figure this out, and if adults having a hard time. Be back in. Alrighty, when it all comes together, it all looks like this. Very impressive, but it's a pain in the ass to put together. Continuing with construction itself, we will then connect this assembly to here, and then connect it to this. And this little, okay, maybe I should try slitting it into there, then like that. Okay. And this goes into here. That's done. And I imagine that's going to be the easy part. Yeah, boy. Oh, and yes, I should probably notice, yes, he has a gun. Can't do anything with it. There you go. Alright, let's disassemble this thing. Okay. Do I have to do anything with these wheels here? No, not really. I can just leave the wheels on. Okay, so it may not be that bad. You just can take it apart, but you don't have to. For a majority of it, it seems. Come on. Granted, a child's still going to lose a lot of parts here. Why would you? Okay. No. So that just locked this whole time? Okay, so you had to take out the screw in order to get that to work. Okay. Alright, twist that around then. Like so. Okay, so this isn't as nightmarish as I anticipated. The instructions made it look like a problem because you can take the whole thing apart. But for the transformation, you don't have to. Yay! Alright, let's see how this goes. So there's two tabs here and slots. Just connect that and solid. Okay. Okay, admittedly that was a lot of bluster over nothing. But if you had to face this the first time, especially with these instructions, and you had no idea what you were doing, would you really want to go through that? Addendum to what I just said, you don't even have to take the screw out to transform this thing. So literally this is just there to make problems and make a mess. Even better. Alrighty, so in conclusion to all this, we basically have parts forming already, and this is serious parts forming. This doesn't even do anything. At least Hasbro is trying by trying to make the additional parts into like shields or things like that. This company didn't even go that far. Okay, those click there. Plus, you also have the problem that you have to take it apart with this screwdriver in order to get anywhere. And disassembly is always going to be an issue, especially with little children who can and will lose parts. So if they lose either the screw or the screw, well, if they lose the screw, they're not completely out of it, but if you lose a screwdriver, well, you better hope you got a spare one. Otherwise, just kind of a mediocre rescue bot-like with some questionable choices. And I don't think anybody is down for that. And as KOtober continues, we're getting into something even more of a gray area. Just watch.